My name is David Osojnak. I'm the Director of Racing Secretary at Parks. Growing up in Queens, New York, my dad had a friend who he worked with, a co-worker, and he invited him to go to the racetrack one day. My dad took me, and I have a twin brother named Daryl, and he took us there, and it was like love at first sight. My life threw me a couple of curveballs, and when I turned about 40 years old, 41, I said, this is not satisfying. I need to make a career change. So I went and I said, okay, the University of Arizona offers a racetrack industry program. And I said, that's for me. My first gig was working at Parks as an intern, as a summer intern for about 7 weeks for Sal Sinatra. Sal was the director of racing, the job. He was sitting at this desk here, and then it came full circle, and it's like I guess it's good for good TV movie. You're an intern, and then you come back and now the director of racing. The job of director of racing is I manage and put on the show of live racing at Parks. Excuse me. This is a trainer calling me now. I'm an early bird. I wake up 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I'm working on things like this. This morning I'm calling Jeff Maddie, the president of PTHA, doing various things, calling my assistant, planning on how we do things. Racing secretaries put out condition books for the horsemen and make races for the horsemen to enter their horses. At Parks we have about 110 trainers on the grounds, about 1,200, 1,300 horses, give or take. The tools of my trade are cell phones, of course, talking to my boss. I have a boss, Joe Wilson. He's probably the best boss I've ever had in any career I've had so far. But talking to him, talking to the horsemen, talking to trainers, talking to jockey agents. This is a plot. This is a plot. We call it. This is the condition book written out on paper. So it's plans the races, give me the various conditions of the races that we write over the course of a month or two, and I plan the races. Like say if we have a maiden special weight race today for boys 3 and up going 1 mile and 70, I don't want to write that race back in 1 week's time. I'm going to try to use it on one day, and then maybe in about 20 days, 21 days, those horses that didn't win that race will be able to run back in 21 days. On a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we try to make anywhere between 10 and 12 races a day. On an average day, I probably have 15 or 16 races in the condition book, and I put up a few extras. Extras are additional races that horsemen may have asked for that are not coming up, in the next week or two in the book. So I try to help everyone out. So every day we offer about 20 to 24 races, 25 races a day where trainers can make entries of their horses. The races that fill, quote unquote, the ones that get the most horses in it are the ones we most likely use for the following week. Not going to make everyone happy. 50% of the time, people don't like me. 50% of the time, they think I'm tolerable. Someone says, oh wow, that race is not my optimal distance. I need 7 furlongs. So sometimes I'll write a 6.5 furlongs, and I try to meet people in the middle. The COVID experience, what we learned was that a lot of our entries now, we have a racing office here, and we have a big counter where trainers can come up and make their entries in person. So basically, when racing resumed, we had to shut everything down. We weren't able to interact with the trainers and the owners on a one-to-one basis. So a lot of it was mostly phone contact. We send out a lot of text to keep people informed. The condition book that the trainers look to find races for their horses, that's online. It was a good learning experience. However, it's something I don't want to revisit. The team is the most important part of getting the job done. The racing officials, the starting gate people, the outriders, they treat me with respect. I treat them with respect. We get the job done. When I mentioned to you earlier, I was an intern here. Most of the team members that are part of our team now, and I'm a member of, are still here. My assistant Peter Meehan is still here. Paddock Judge Al Ott, Horse ID Daniela Hampshire. Don't tell my boss. I would pay him to do this job because I enjoy it so much that I should be paying Joe Wilson and Parks Racing. In that, I enjoy it because I love racing. I love the live product. I love the competition on the racetrack, the wagering part of it. My chill zone is I go home. I have a little dog named Seamus, and so I take my dog out to out for a walk. It took me 49 years to find a place where I'm truly happy with my career.